Welcome all of you. Today's our session is solving problems by searching. In this session, we are going to see how an agent can find a sequence of actions that achieve its goals. Before going for the further discussion, we must know about the difference in between reflex agents and the goal-based agents. The reflex agents are the simplest agents, which base their actions on a direct mapping from state to actions. Such agents cannot operate well in the environment where the mapping is too big or too large to store and would take too long to learn. Goal-based agents, on the other hand, consider further actions and the desirability of their outcomes. The goal-based agents are also called as the problem-solving agents. The problem-solving agents use atomic representations, that is, the state of the world are considered as whole with no internal structure visible to the problem-solving algorithms. They decide what to do by finding sequences of actions that lead to desirable states. The goal-based agents that use more advanced factored and structured representations are called as the planning agents. Okay, now we will discuss about the problem-solving agents. The intelligent agents are supposed to maximize their performance measure. This can be simplified if the agent can adopt a goal or an aim at satisfying it. We will consider one example here. An agent is staying in the city of Romania, that is Arad. He is enjoying his holiday in the Arad. We will suppose here that the agent has a non-refundable ticket to fly out of the Bucharest the following day. Okay, so here it makes sense for the agent to adopt the goal of getting to the Bucharest. The goal helps organize the behavior by limiting the objectives that the agent is trying to achieve. So goal formulation based on the current situation and the agent's performance measure is the first step in the problem solving. Okay. So the goal is a set of states, exactly those states in which the goal is satisfied. Now the agent's task is to find out how to act now and in the future so that it reaches to a goal state. Before it can do this, it needs to decide what sort of actions and states it should consider. So what is the next state in problem solving? It is the problem formulation. So problem formulation is the process of deciding what sorts of actions and states to consider given a goal. Our agent has now adopted the goal of driving to Bucharest and is considering where to go from Arad. Now there are three roads leads out of the Arad. One towards the Sibiu, one towards the Timisoara and one to the Zirint. Unless the agent is familiar with the geography of the Romania, none of these achieves the goal. In other words, the agent will not know which of its possible actions is best, because it does not yet know enough about the state that results from taking each action. If the agent has no additional information, that is, if the environment is unknown to him, then it is no choice to try one of the actions at random. In general, an agent with several immediate options of unknown value can decide what to do by first examining the future actions that eventually lead to states of known value. Okay, so here, as we have already stated, an agent with several immediate options of unknown value can decide what to do by first examining future actions that eventually lead to the state of known value. So to be more specific about what we mean by examining future actions, we have to be more specific about properties of the environment that we have discussed in the earlier sessions. Okay, so here we assume that the environment is observable, so that the agent always knows the current state. Now in our case, for the agent driving in Romania, it's responsible to suppose that each city on the map has a sign indicating its presence to arriving drivers. Okay, so here the environment should be observable. The second one is, we also assume the environment is discrete, so that any given state there are only finitely many actions to choose from. So here, while navigating in the Romania, because each city is connected to a small number of other cities, we can say that the environment is discrete here. Okay, now again we assume here that the environment is known, so that the agent knows which state are reached by each action. So having an accurate map suffice to meet this condition for navigation problems. So finally we assume that the environment is deterministic, so each action has exactly one outcome. So under ideal conditions, this is true for the agent in Romania. It means that if it chooses to drive from Arad to Sibiu, it does end in the Sibiu. Of course, the conditions are not always ideal. So under these assumptions, the solution to any problem is a fixed sequence of actions. In general, it could be a branching strategy that recommends different actions in future depending on what percepts arrive. The agent with several immediate options of unknown value can decide what to do by first examining different possible sequences of actions that lead to states of unknown value, and then choosing the best sequence. So looking for such a sequence is called as the search. A search algorithm takes a problem at input and returns a solution in the form of an action sequence. Once a solution is found, the actions it recommends can be carried out. This is called as the execution phase. Thus, we have a simple formulate, search, execute design of the agent. After formulating a goal and a problem to solve, the agent calls a search procedure to solve it. It then uses the solution to guide its actions, doing whatever the solution recommends as the next thing to do, typically the first action of the sequence, and then removing that step from the sequence. Once the solution has been executed, the agent will formulate a new goal. We will consider the example here. Okay, it is the well-defined problems and the solutions. Okay, so here is the function simple problem solving agent with percept and returns an action. The statics are the sequence, state, goal and the problems. So what is SEQ? It is an action sequence initially which is empty. State is nothing but some description of the current world state. Goal is the specified goal by the agent which is initially null, and the problem is nothing but the problem formulation. The state here is the update state which takes the inputs as state and percept. If the sequence is empty, then do goal. Here we have to formulate the goal depending upon the state. The problem is formulate problem based on state and goal, and sequence is the search problem. The actions are first sequence, rest sequence, and return the action. So here we have already considered the example of the agent who is enjoying his holiday in the Romania and he is staying currently in the Arad. His flight leaves tomorrow from the Bucharest. So what is the formulation of goal here? To be in the Bucharest in the next day. So we have to formulate the problem here. The states are various cities here and action is to drive in between these cities. So we have to find the solution. So the one sequence of cities are Arad, then Sibiu, then other Fegarest and the Bucharest. So well defined problems and the solutions. So how to define the problem here? A problem can be defined formally by 5 different components. So what are those components? First one is the initial state that the agent starts in. For example, the initial state for our agent in Romania might be described as in Arad. Okay, so that is in Arad as he is initially in the Arad. What is the next step? A description of possible actions available to the agent. Given a particular state S, action S returns the set of actions that can be executed in S. We say that each of these actions is applicable in S. For example, from the state in Arad, the applicable actions are go Sibiu, go Timisoara and go Zernit. A description of what each action does. The formal name for this is the transition model. Specified by the function result SA that returns the state that result from going action A in state S. We also use the term successor to refer to any state reachable from a given state by a single action. For example, we have here result in Arad go Zernit is equal to in Zernit. So together the initial state, actions and transition model implicitly define the state space of the problem. The state of the all states reachable from the initial state by any sequence of actions. The state space forms a directed network or graph in which the nodes are states and the links between nodes are the actions. A path in the state space is a sequence of states connected by a sequence of actions. The next step is goal test, which determines whether a given state is a goal state. Sometimes there is an explicit set of possible goal sets. The test simply checks whether the given state is one of them. The agent's goal in Romania is the singleton set that is in Bucharest here. Okay. Now sometimes the goal is specified by an abstract property rather than an explicitly enumerated set of states. For example, in chess, the goal is to reach the state called checkmate, where the opponent's king is under attack and can't escape. The next step is path cost. A path cost function that assigns a numeric cost to each path. The problem-solving agent chooses a cost function that reflects its own performance measure. For the agent trying to get to Bucharest, time is of the essence, so the cost of the path might be its length in kilometers. So here we assume that the cost of the path can be described as the sum of cost of the individual actions along the path. The step cost of taking action A in state S to reach state S' is denoted by C in bracket S, A, S dash. The step cost for Romania is shown by the route distances. Okay, so here the route distances is provided, and accordingly we can find out the step cost. Okay, so we assume that step costs are non-negative here. Okay, so this is the road map of the Romania. So here the agent is in the Arad, and he has to reach to the Bucharest to the next day, and he has to follow the different path, okay, to reach to the Bucharest. Okay, now how to formulate the problems. In the preceding section, we proposed the formulation of the problem by getting to Bucharest in terms of the initial state, action, the transition model, goal test, and the path cost. This formulation is nothing but a model, an abstract mathematical description, and not the real one. Okay, so compare the simple state description we have chosen here, that is in Arad, to an actual cross-country trip, where the state of the world includes so many things. That is the travel companions, the current radio program, the scenery out of the window, the proximity of the law enforcement officers, and the distance to the next rest stop. The condition of the road and weather is also the things to be included. All these considerations are left out of our state descriptions because they are irrelevant to the problem of finding a route to the Bucharest. The process of removing detail from the representation is known as the abstraction. In addition to abstracting the state description, we must abstract the actions themselves. A driving action has many effects. Besides changing the location of the vehicle and its occupants, it takes up time, consumes fuel, generates pollution, and changes the agent. Our formulation takes into account only the changes in location. Also, there are many actions that we omit altogether. Turning on the radio, looking out of the window, slowing down for law enforcement officers, and so on. And of course, we don't specify actions at the level of turn steering wheel to the left by 1 degree. That means such small level of actions we have not to be satisfied or specified. So here, by considering a solution to the abstract problem, we can choose the detailed action sequence. For example, the path from Arad to Sibiu to Riminusi, Vilicia, and Pitești to Bucharest. This abstract solution corresponds to a large number of more detailed paths. For example, we could drive with the radio on between Sibiu to Rimiucu, Vilicia, and then switch it off for the rest of the trip. The abstraction is valid if we can expand any abstract solution into a solution in the more detailed world. The sufficient condition is that for every detailed state that is in Arad, there is a detailed path to some state that is in Sibiu, and so on. The abstraction is useful if carrying out each of the actions in the solution is easier than the original problem. The choice of the good abstraction thus involves removing as much detail as possible while retaining validity and ensuring that the abstract actions are easy to carry out. Were it not for the ability to construct useful abstractions, intelligent agents would be completely swamped by the real world. So this is all about how to formulate the problems. Now in the next session we are going to see the example problems. So some toy problems and the real world problems of problem solving agent we are going to discuss in our next session. Thank you.